Hey guys, so a couple of things that I wanted to talk about today. I'm gonna just jump right in. We already talked about before my journey as far as how I got weight loss surgery, how much weight I lost, and how I ended up um, here. But I did want to kind of talk about how I ended up getting my panniculectomy, which is somewhat like a tummy tuck, but the only difference between a tummy tuck and a panniculectomy is there is no muscle repair. They basically just cut off the apron belly, the fupa. They cut it off, and then they pull down your skin and sew it back together. So a tummy tuck is basically the same thing. The only difference is they go in and also do muscle repair, and I didn't get that part. I actually had my procedure covered by my insurance. I did have to pay a copay, so because I have a deductible, so I had to pay my deductible in order to get it. So everybody's insurance is different. Just check with your provider to see what they require in order for you to be covered. But the process was for me when I was ready to get my panniculectomy done. I went to my surgeon, my bariatric surgeon, because I have to visit him every year anyway. So I went to him and I let him know where I was, what I wanted. Obviously, he was in full support of me going through this next phase. So he gave me a referral to my plastic surgeon. They were at North Florida Plastics. He referred me to Dr. Parks there. And I think Dr. Parks is really popular, really good, because when I called over there with the referral, he was booked all the way. Now this was in, so I had my original appointment in with my bariatric surgeon March of this year, February of this year, my apologies. So when he gave me the referral, I was able to call in to schedule to see when I could get a consultation with the plastic surgeon. So he had referred me to a doctor named Dr. Parks. So I called over to North Florida Plastics to get that scheduled. And they said he wasn't ready for he wasn't available for a consultation all the way in June of 2024. And I was like, that ain't gonna work for me. So I asked, is the referral good for the whole practice or is it just that specific doctor? They said it was good for the whole practice. So I said, I need first available, like who is ready? So the earliest appointment I could get was March of 2024. And that was with my surgeon. His name is Dr. DeFazio. He's amazing. Amazing. And yeah, he was just the one that happened to be the most available. So that's why I went with him. So I had my appointment in March. He was very thorough, answered all my questions. Like even before I could ask, like he was just on it. He knew like what I needed to know. So, he was really helpful in answering everything that I wanted to know about the panniculectomy. What was the difference between a tummy tuck, panniculectomy, how it would work. He did tell me this was like one of the major things I was worried about. Like when you get a panniculectomy, there is a risk. I don't know if it's a risk also with the tummy tuck because I think they just do it anyway. But with a panniculectomy, he said there was a risk I could lose my belly button. And I was really nervous about that because your girl did not want to look like a test tube baby after everything was said and done. I did not want to look like an alien. But that didn't happen for me. Thank God he was able to, well, y'all see what it be looking like. He understood the assignment, okay? So, but he does tell you all the risks that are involved. Like he's very thorough. So that was something that I was happy about. So, he said that I would be a great candidate for it. So he put it through to my insurance company. It took about 4 weeks for them to send the approval through. And then his PA called me to let me know that it was approved. I think she might have actually sent me an email, but she was like, she told me what my portion of it was going to be. So before I could schedule, they want their money first. So I had to make sure I paid. And once I paid my deductible, they were able to schedule me. And the first available, well, she had a few dates, but the one that worked best for me was my July 2nd surgery date. And so, yeah, I had my surgery on July 2nd. I'm 4 weeks post-op right now. If you've been watching my stories and watching maybe TikTok, you'll be able to see like how my body's looking. It's looking good. He did a great job. I'm very satisfied. And the heal time is 6 to 8 weeks, but for a panniculectomy, he said around 6 weeks. But if you get like a tummy tuck, it's 8 weeks because they do a little bit extra in there. So yeah, here we are now. Here we are now. I'm super happy. The only thing that I would say was any cons to the surgery, I think I had a couple of days where I was like, just tired of being down, like tired of being like 6 weeks is a long time. And I'm still not through the 6 weeks. And it's just like, I just want to get back to being me, being my full energy, full level of movement, just back to being normal. So that kind of just takes a toll. The worst part about it was I did have to get drains. It wasn't that bad. The first week I had 2 drains. They were both like in my groin area. The one on my right was out after a week. The one on my left, I had to have it for another week. And that was my left side has just been my little problem area. But yeah, once the drains were out, the healing was a lot faster. But that drain, it feels so weird when they take it out. It was like, ugh, they pulled it out. I could just like feel the whole thing snaking out of me. It was strange. But yeah, other than that, I'm really happy with everything. I'm just living my best life, you know. I'm still trying to heal. I have like a couple weeks left, but you know, everything is going great. Everything is on par. Another thing that I wanted to talk about with bariatric surgery in general, I think last video we talked about cons and stuff that like I'm dealing with. I can only speak about my experience. So, you know, if you've had bariatric surgery, if you've had a panniculectomy, tummy tuck, whatever, and you want to add your 2 cents, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all of those things. But I want to talk about transfer addiction. So my family in general has had like my extended family. There's been some issues with like addiction and stuff, all kinds, like alcohol, drugs, you know, all those types of things. Last year I just unfortunately lost an uncle to that. So it just sucks. But for me personally, I feel like food was my addiction beforehand. Like, and this is what they kind of talk about when you like go to your nutritionist classes and everything like that. They kind of talk about how, emotional eating and stuff like that. And I definitely did have emotional eating. Anytime I was bored or I didn't have anything to do, I'm always going to the refrigerator, the pantry, like what can I put in my mouth? Like what can I snack on and stuff. So that was a big thing that I had to curb. But after my surgery, even if I wanted to, I couldn't do that anymore because you can't eat. So a big thing that happens a lot of times is that there are transfer addictions. So because you can't eat and your addiction there is no longer possible, you'll get another one like shopping addiction. Just buying up all the things, or it could be drugs if you're not careful. And alcohol abuse is definitely one that you have to like be careful of because even though you can't eat as much, you still have a capacity to like drink. And especially for me with major depressive disorder, drinking can come pretty easy. So I have to be careful of that and like watch out for it, or watch out for, any type of anything can be advice. Anything that you are um, weak towards, um, just realize that that is also something that can happen. So you just have to stay vigilant. It could be gambling, shopping, alcohol, drugs. You just have to be careful. And I know I didn't mention that in the cons before, and I wanted to make sure that I talked about it, because there was a time where um, in 2022, like while I was losing all that weight, I did start drinking a little bit more than what I, did before. And it was like, I had to like take a step back and be like, okay, girl, like, what are you doing? This is not who you are. You've never been this, like, chill. So I definitely had to have a come to Jesus moment. And I want to be transparent and be honest, especially when you're dealing with mental health issues, especially when you're dealing with weight loss surgery, especially dealing with hormone imbalance with PCOS. Like, that is also contributing to everything. So it's like everything's happening at once. And I obviously wanted to be the best for my daughter, the best mental headspace, the best physical health. And so these are just things that you have to be like weary of. So I don't know. That's kind of pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. And if you have any comments, any thoughts, questions, concerns for me, I'm an open book. I would love to, chat with you guys and interact. So, yeah. Hope you guys have a good night, and love, love, love.